Herodotus, custom is king. A little background for Herodotus. He was born in 484 BC, died in 425 BC, and is still dead today. He's probably best known for his descriptions of places and people he met on his travels about. His best known work is, of course, the Histories of Herodotus, which is primarily a history of the 5th century invasion of Greece by Persia. Now, his main claim to fame is that he is regarded by many as the father of history. Not in the sense that he was the first person to figure out, to write stuff down that's been happening, because obviously, prior to Herodotus, there had been chronicles and epics that recorded the past, and people presumably, kept records of what happened. But his main contribution was to regard the past as subject to philosophical investigation and research that could yield information about human behavior. So, after Herodotus, history wasn't merely simply recording things that occurred, it would also involve investigating them and researching them to learn about how people behave. Now, the excerpt included in the readings is an anecdote involving Darius. But here's how the setup goes for Herodotus. Herodotus claims that if he gave anyone the opportunity to choose from all the nations in the world the set of beliefs they thought best, the person would, after careful consideration, choose his or her own, because, at least according to Herodotus, everyone believes his or her own customs and religion to be the best, and only a madman would mock at such things. And he gives his anecdote involving Darius, the king of Persia, and Darius summoned to him Greeks and asked them what it would take for them to eat the bodies of their dead fathers. And the Greeks replied in horror that they would not do such a thing for any amount of money. Later, at least according to the story, in the presence of the Greeks, he asked some members of the Calatae tribe who eat their parents' dead bodies to honor them what they would accept in payment to burn them. They uttered a cry of great horror and forbade him to mention any such dreadful thing again. And, according to Herodotus, one can see by this what custom can do, and Pindar, he says, was right when he called custom the king of all. And so this view put forth by Herodotus nicely documents ethical relativism, that whatever is best is whatever is that's done in one's culture. So what is good is relative to the culture. Now, as might be imagined, ethical relativism is not without its problems or defects, and we'll turn to those next.